So as y'all can see, I moved. I wasn't actually gonna do this video because I felt like I had nowhere in my apartment to do it. Y'all see I got boxes in the background. I just I'm trying to worry about lighting and what looks better, I guess. But yeah, realistically I still have boxes, so I was trying to figure out where in my apartment to record, and I just was like, heck, this is my reality right now. I'm not unpacked. My stuff just came a week today, and I work a 9 to 5, and I ain't went through everything. I'm be honest. I just said to myself like today that I'm gonna start at least unpacking 1 box a day so I can have all the boxes gone. But y'all, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. If you see my last video, you seen that. And then I said that I was going to formally do a sit down just talking about why I moved, the process of moving, all of that. So yeah, y'all, I'm doing that today. I kind of had to, I don't want to say force myself, but since I've moved, I've been kind of on the go, and then I'm getting used to a new work schedule. So I really didn't know when I was gonna have time to record. Kind of felt like doing it today, so I was like, let me go just sit down and talk about why I moved before my week starts. Today is Sunday, and I have to work the rest of the week, y'all, and a lot of times when I get off I don't feel like recording, so I feel like recording today. So excuse the boxes in the background, but this is my reality. I just moved. Like, what more do y'all want from me in my Tyrese voice? For real. But y'all, I took notes on my phone. I'm just so I can know what I want to say and I won't forget everything. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is why I moved. So first things first, why I moved. My mental health was suffering. So y'all know I talked about being depressed, and I went missing on YouTube for like a month and a half, probably 2 months or so. It was either a month and a half or 2 months, something like that. And y'all, I just got to the point where I spent my weekends alone. Like, I had no desire to do anything before I moved. I would just sit in my apartment all the time, which is not healthy. I didn't want to explore the city. It was just me and Callie, like me and my dog. I sat in my apartment a lot, and I know it wasn't healthy. I didn't have any desire to get out and do things. Sorry if y'all can hear the mosquito. I feel like the mosquitoes are really mosquitoing outside. I apologize for that. But yeah, so I just had no desire to do anything. My mental health was suffering. I just felt like it was time to go. I felt like I really didn't really have a lot of friends in Birmingham, which the older I get, I feel like the less friends anyway. But it was just kind of weird. I feel like God was kind of really just pushing me onto something different. Even the friends that I did have, like, I feel like nobody invited me to do things. Like, this is my reality. I'm just being open, y'all. I just feel like nobody invited me to do things, which, I mean, they don't have to. But I feel like, all in all, God was just pushing me for something else. And it would have kind of just kept, I would have kind of kept myself stuck, I feel like, if I would have continued to live there. So being that I felt like I had nobody, it just helped me really want to get out. It really did. So, my mental health was suffering. When I took that break from YouTube, y'all, what I didn't say, I know I just kind of said, hey, I took a break from YouTube, but what I didn't say is that I was really applying for jobs. I was applying for jobs a lot, like a lot. I was applying for jobs a lot. That's what I was doing when I went missing on YouTube. Like, that was my focus at the time. Doing videos wasn't my focus because YouTube does not pay my bills right now. So when I went missing on YouTube, I was just really applying for jobs because I knew I wanted to move, and I was not moving without a job. I just wasn't doing that. So that was reason number one of why I moved. Just my mental health was suffering. Reason number two, jobs. So jobs was a reason I moved as well, because I work in research, and research is huge in North Carolina in general. There are a lot of research jobs here. There are more research jobs in the Raleigh-Durham area, but at this time, y'all, I did not wish to live in that area. I wanted to live in Charlotte, which Charlotte still has a good variety of research jobs. So I work in research, and I was thinking like that, like, there would be way more jobs for me here. a lot more opportunity for growth and more companies to venture to. So I was thinking like that in a way too. Like I just wanted to be somewhere where there was more jobs in my field. So yeah. And the last reason why I moved here is more to do. I feel like for young adults, I'm in my early 30s. I just feel like Charlotte has a lot going on for people my age, people of all ages, but there is a lot to do. And people who live here will tell you there's a lot to do. Everybody that I've came across so far has been really nice. And I have like 2 people sent me a long list of places that I should just venture off in the city, and restaurants, just cute little fun places, whatever, date night places. Like I have a lot that I want to explore. So yeah, those are the main reasons why I chose to move to Charlotte, North Carolina. So the next thing I want to talk about that kind of really pushed me to want to move was the stress from my last job. So it's crazy because my last job, I had a lot more freedom. My job was really flexible. My schedule was hybrid, y'all. I, only really had to come into the office when I had things to do, when I had patients that I had to sign up for a study. My job was really, really flexible. And that's crazy that I gave that all up for now. Like for the first 90 days for my job that I have now, I have to be there Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. So, you know what I'm saying? Or 8-hour days, 8-hour shifts. So it's kind of crazy that I gave up flexibility, extremely flexible job for right now, a more structured job. I'm definitely gonna have to go in the office more than I have been, but I will say since I moved, my mental health has been 1,000 times better. That's all that matters, and so far I'm happy with my job. Only been there for 3 weeks, so but I'm happy with my job so far. But yeah, my last job was very stressful, and one of the doctors that I was working for was just, I don't want to go into too much detail and too much of what was going on, but he was just doing the most and really stressing me out and just kind of making my work environment not be where I wanted to work there. So yeah. I talked about what led me to move. I have what led me to move, but I kind of talked about that, like my mental health was the main thing. So if y'all remember on here back in 2021, I actually visited Charlotte, North Carolina. So I visited here before I moved here, but y'all know I have a friend that lives here, and y'all seen my first vlog when I visited here. I kind of honestly never thought about moving here, never knew much about the city. In 2021 when I came to visit my friend, I had such a good time. I enjoyed visiting her or whatever. She was like, have you ever thought about moving here? And at the time I never thought about moving here, so I said no. I never thought about it, but she did know that I wanted to get out of Birmingham. I just kind of felt like I was there because I got sick. I was recovering there, but at the same time, I did not feel like Birmingham was my end all be all. I didn't want to live there for the rest of my life. I just couldn't see myself being there. So anyway, so when she first said that, have you ever thought about moving here? I really didn't think about it at the time. I didn't know they had so many research jobs in North Carolina in general, and that's what I've been working in. This right now is my 3rd job in research. So I have quite a few, I have some experience working with research or whatever. So when she said that, I started applying for jobs, but I only applied, y'all, for like 3 jobs. And I did look at apartments online, I did look at houses online and stuff like that, but I only really applied for 3 jobs. I really didn't take it serious. I was kind of like, I applied for 3 jobs, didn't hear back from the jobs, and I'm like, okay, I guess it's not meant to be. Like, they not feeling me, so I'm just gonna take my talents elsewhere. They not feeling me. So I applied for 3 jobs, y'all. Didn't hear anything back. That was it. So then y'all know I came last year here to visit as well, 2022. And at the time when I came here to visit, that was after I had just got my last apartment that I was in, my friend was like, what happened to you moving here? And I was just like, I just don't really feel like it's, time for me to move yet. In all reality, y'all, I kind of was scared to move. Even though I wanted to move, I just was honestly kind of scared to move away. After I felt like I lived away before, got sick, had to move back home, and I just honestly was comfortable. Even though I wasn't happy, I was comfortable. And the whole thought of moving away was scary. Like, it was scary just thinking about it. Like, it scared me. So I came to visit. She was like, what happened to you, moving here or whatever? And I was just like, oh, I honestly don't think it's my time to move. But on the low, I applied for like 3 more jobs. Didn't hear anything back. I'm like, you know what? It's not meant to be. They not feeling me again. They not feeling me again. I'm just going to keep my talents where they are. So, fast forward to 2023, this year. I want to say it was probably like February, after my birthday, where it kind of just hit me. I'm like, I don't want to be in Birmingham. I'm like, I'm depressed, I'm unhappy, y'all. I just felt alone, like a loner. I had no desire to do anything, and I just made a decision. That's it. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not being unhappy anymore. I'm about to start applying for jobs. And I did. I applied for so many jobs, and then I got one. And it's funny because, well, not really funny, but the job I have now, I feel like it was meant to be. I was upfront, I was honest. Like, any interview that I had, I was upfront and honest, and I told them, like, they could see that I didn't live there by my address on my resume, but I had to relocate. And I felt like the first interview that I had here, I felt like I didn't get the job because I didn't live here, and they were looking for somebody to start like as soon as possible. Like, they really needed somebody. And I was upfront and honest. And then the second interview that I had, same company, different department, I was honest again. Like, I told my supervisor, well, she wasn't my supervisor at the time, but I told her I was going to have to relocate. I was going to have to give a 30-day notice. And she basically gave me the job and told me, take the time you need. Like, when do you want to start? You tell me when you want to start. So it wasn't like a rushed thing. It wasn't a rush thing at all. So I feel like it was meant to be, and it fell into place. The next thing I'm gonna get into is just applying for jobs. So I will say, when I was applying for jobs here, it wasn't until I changed my address on my resume that I was getting a lot more people like contacting me back and getting more interviews. So when I left at the time, before I had signed a lease, because I signed the lease, honestly, I didn't see what my place looked. I stepped out on faith. And that was the other thing. When I did get this job, I still didn't accept it. Like, I knew I wanted to move, y'all, but when I got the job, it kind of frightened me, the whole idea of moving. That when I got the job offer, I didn't accept it until the next day. I kind of slept on it. And I remember reaching out to one of my friends saying, and she knew, like, she was somebody who knew I had been wanting to relocate, and I had been talking about moving here for over a year now. She knew that. So she was like, girl, you've been wanting to get out of Birmingham. Like, what's stopping you? She was like, girl, if you don't accept that job, because it honestly was making more money, but it wasn't, honestly, it wasn't making what I wanted to make, but it was still making more money. So my friend was like, girl, if you don't take that job, that doesn't have to be your, end all be all. You can apply for more jobs or whatever. But she was just like, if you don't take it. And then I talked to somebody else, and it was like, well, when they were like, when they moved, they didn't see their apartment first. So it kind of helped me. And I just kind of put my fears aside, because when I accepted the job, y'all, I was still frightened. Like, the whole idea of moving scared me. I didn't really tell a lot of people. It was stressful, because then I was, thinking about how I was going to get my stuff there. I still had no idea. I was not expecting to get a job offer as quick as I did. I started applying for jobs maybe like February, started getting interviews like end of March, got a job offer in April. Yeah, did I get my job offer? I either got a job offer in April or May. I can't remember. But I still wasn't expecting to move and get a job offer as soon as I did. I had just signed a new lease in February at my apartment, even though I know I didn't want to be there, but I'm like, where am I gonna go? I don't have a job yet. I didn't want to go month to month. A lot of times when you go month to month, it's expensive. It costs way more, and they can honestly charge you what they want to charge you each month for rent. So I didn't want to go month to month. I got the job offer sooner than I expected, but all of it, just the idea of moving, frightened me. So I really didn't want to talk about it because I really was scared. And I only wanted positive vibes only, y'all. And if you wasn't giving me positive vibes, or I didn't feel like I was going to get a positive feedback from you, I didn't want to talk about it. So only really my coworkers that, you know, I was leaving my job, they knew I was moving. And of course my family, and I probably told like 2 people outside of that. Other than that, nobody really knew. And honestly, it wasn't until even though I got the job offer, y'all, I still didn't tell my parents. I kind of threw that in there like, hey, what if I was to move? Even though I'm grown and I can do what I want, it's just, y'all know, I moved back in the house with my parents at one point because I was sick, and then I moved in my apartment in Birmingham and stayed close by. So I did kind of want their blessings and them to be okay with me moving. Of course, I probably at the end of the day still would have did what I wanted to do, but it kind of felt better, and also was very encouraging for them to be like, we respect your decision. If you want to move, we support it. So I wanted their support as well, even though, you know, I'm grown. I didn't have to have it, but it just felt nice to have it. So but yeah, I don't know if I said that once I got my apartment, I started still applying for jobs. So even when I got the job offer, just to whatever, I did apply for more jobs with my new address, with a Charlotte address. And I want to say I did get some interviews. I got like 2 interviews once, like back to back, once I started using my like a Charlotte address. So that's just a FYI. I mean, if you want to live here, maybe putting somebody else's address on your resume, or a Charlotte address, because some companies only really want people who live in Charlotte. They do discriminate like that. That, you know, and only be really looking at people who already live here, because some people don't want to give you time to relocate. So just a little thing, you know. So the moving process, y'all, I was so stressed out. So like I said, I accepted the job, and the whole moving process, as y'all know, I had a liver transplant. So getting a doctor here was number one. Wanting to move here, I did make sure that they had a hospital with a liver clinic here. So I did do that because I just want to make sure I'm in an area where if something happens, then I'm able to be, you know, receive the appropriate health care. I started looking into moving companies, and that's the thing, y'all. Don't make the mistake I made, because I was really trying to find the cheap way out, because moving can be so expensive. And even though I knew I wanted to move, I didn't save as much as I would love to have saved. So the company that I used, I would not recommend, because they kind of did the whole bait and switch tactic, where they bait you in, they offer you a price, and then when they get there to move you, they try to upsell you. And they didn't even honor really the price that they gave me, because they, you know, even though they quote you a price, you sign something in small writing, them saying that that's just an estimate of, you know, you telling them what you have and all this. So I would just say in the very beginning, don't do what I did, y'all. Just pay the money. Now I feel like if I was to, this was my first big move, so I learned, this is my first time like moving 6 hours away with furniture. Like, so yeah, I just would really just, a lot of companies do the switch and bait, where they bait you in, tell you a price, quote you a low price, tell you they can beat any other competitor, and then some of them hire contractors to actually come move you. And that's what the company did for me. And I didn't know, I thought it was like a company where they did everything, but they hired contractors. And when the contractors came out, they were the ones trying to upsell the move and get more money out of me. And it was just, y'all, they lied about when they could deliver my furniture. They made it, I told them I wanted my furniture on a certain day. They told me they could do it. And then when I got the keys to my apartment, I realized I had not heard from the furniture company, called their delivering department, and they told me that they can't deliver my furniture until 10 days after they moved me, 10 business days. So that ended up meaning that I couldn't get my furniture to almost being here for 2 weeks. So I was here for a full 2 weeks before I got my furniture. I was sleeping on the air mattress, which I seen in the vlog. But just be mindful that just do your research. Yeah, I didn't do enough research because I honestly had to find something quickly, but I wish I had did more research. But yeah, just don't be fooled, y'all. Pay that extra more, pay more money to deal with a company, like that company that's going to move you, not if they're going to hire contractors to do it, because believe me, they're going to get there and try to upsell you. So but they just use all kind of tactics that I didn't know about, and I did have some pieces come damaged. And I'm to the point, y'all, like after dealing with the company, because when I was trying to see when I was going to get my furniture, I kept calling. Lady kept acting like she was going to call me back. She didn't. It just got very frustrating just from them trying to get to my apartment and charge me $4,000 more than they quoted. To I ended up still paying $1,000 more than they quoted, but they tried to upsell me for $1,000. To them lying about when they could deliver my stuff. Like, they just basically told me what I wanted to hear. And even when the guy came to my apartment, like the guys came to my apartment to move me, and after he tried to upsell me, I wasn't feeling it, and I really didn't want to go to them. And they basically, like, I didn't want to use them anymore, but I felt stuck because I had to be out of my apartment. They weren't going to give me my deposit back. I was like on a time crunch, and even though they came and they tried to upsell me, and I was like, you know what, I really wasn't feeling it no more. I was stuck because they weren't going to give me my deposit back. I had to be out of my place, so I felt stuck going with them. Now I know, y'all, don't give yourself such a like, don't wait till you like have to be out of your place. Like, if you can get your movers to come like a week before the last day you have to be out of your apartment or something. Like, don't wait on the last, Callie, don't wait like the last few days that you have to be out. Like, that's what I did. I waited like the last, they end up coming the last day, the day I had to be out, which they could have came the day before, but they chose, like, you had to give them a 2-day grace period, and they end up coming the last possible day I had to be out. So I felt stuck. But now I wouldn't do that to myself. I would hire movers to come probably, honestly, a week before the last day I have to be out. If I'm in an apartment, I'm not gonna wait till last minute. Don't do what I did, y'all, and do lots and tons of research, read reviews, because I think too, the company that I use, I think they have some fake reviews online. Because nah, I know they have some fake reviews online. There's a few people that I say wrote reviews that were like my experience, and I know, like, yeah, I think they be writing their own reviews, their own Google reviews. They also have like a column on the Better Business Bureau, so yeah, people have been reporting them because they full of it. But y'all, I just wanted to talk about my decision to move. That's everything, y'all. Short and sweet. I feel like I hope I said everything. Last, I want to talk about how I like Charlotte so far. I do like it so far. I'm still learning my way around. I'm still getting used to my work schedule. I haven't explored a lot of places. I have explored some, but not really a lot. But I will make sure to vlog my experiences. I really want to start doing stuff. But y'all, I'm at work more than I used to be. Honestly, I used to be at home a lot more. Now I am at work majority of the week. So I'm getting used to a new work schedule. Me and Callie are getting used to my work schedule. Callie's my dog, y'all. But yeah, I'm getting used to a new work schedule and all of that. So bear with me. I'm trying to get back on schedule with like YouTube videos and stuff because it's just been hard. But y'all, I like Charlotte so far. It is adjustment is different. It's getting darker in here. I should have cut the light on, y'all, but it was giving natural light at first. It's probably darker in here, but I like Charlotte. I feel like it's an adjustment. Everything is like with my work schedule, everything. I will say, I notice people here drive crazy. People here drive a fool. So y'all just be taking my time, y'all. Like, people here drive crazy. The bugs been bugging out here. Mosquitoes been tearing me up. Like, when I walk Cali, I be getting bit up. So I be making sure I have like long pants on. Like, I'm getting to the point where about to put long sleeves on, everything, just to walk her, because the bug's been loving me out here. I don't know if it's the lotion I've been wearing or what, but yeah, it's more to do. I've met some nice people, and I'm just excited, y'all. So like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you cut your post notifications on so you can see every time I post. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm definitely about to start vlogging more of my experiences and trying different things. Like I said, I have like 2 long lists of places to try out here. So I really hope that you guys enjoy, and I'll see y'all in the next one.